2025, good luck. Okay, we've not played before, there's no head-to-head score there. We'll play a d4 game for this one, shall we? Actually, let's try and challenge the centre. Not something structure I normally open with. It's more an e4 game maybe now. Let's see how black chooses to develop here. Did that change there? Not sure. Let's play open castle. Where is that? Poland. I should know that, a European flag, but I didn't. We're just trying to get our rook centered here. If knight up, I guess we can push on. Try and build a nice chain. Get our bishop up somewhere. Then at some point we'll give our king an emergency square. It's just how do we do it? No. That gives us a development move, doesn't it? I guess you've got knight here. But it's a nice development move. It could encourage f6 or you'll block. It does do f6, so I will come back, but where? Let's go here. I'm going to play c4 try and bring the knight up to guard my pawn. But now, how do we actually break through? Let's bring rook across. See, I could go all in and go b4 and a4. At some point we need to smash, don't we? So how do we do it? Do we go for confrontation? Do we do this one? Yeah, I favour this one to try and restrict his bishop. It might just clog it down a lot now. Goes more to a King's Indian setup, doesn't it? So let's try and challenge the queenside push. I'm just going to push them all up the board. I'm just looking to blast it open. That gives me a development move. You'll have to play king up, I guess. Okay. So up, takes, knight takes, pawn takes. See, it's going to open it all up, but he'll end up with a pawn here. He'll either do the knight and trade the bishop for knight, or he won't, but he'll have a pawn there. But if he doesn't, we're just threatening to push on. So if he goes to the knight, I'll take. If he goes to the pawn, I'll try and target the pawn. That's what he does. So I'm going to drop the knight back and try and jump this side. Can't really stop him pushing here, so I'll take there. Okay, comes forward. So there we could trade here and maybe look to push on. We can just take here now, can't we though? Can't we just collect here? That's a problem, but it's not a one move threat, is it? So I'll take the pawn. I might end up losing this one as well, but right now we hit the knight. So now that's a bit of a problem. I'm going to take here and try and open this up. I'll play knight across. I just hope I've got some useful squares when he marches down the board. Not sure I have. That's covered. He trades it. It gives us a natural move with rook across maybe. Let's see what he does. Queen up. So knight up could be a move here. We can get rid of that defending bishop. We weren't expecting to be able to do that. That's got to be good though, hasn't it? I can take a pawn and attack a bishop as well though. And he's got rook across to guard a pawn's a pawn. But I want rid of this bishop. I can go here first and then I can maybe take here unless he drops the queen back. But the bishop's more important I think here. So I'll take there. If he takes a rook, I'll take his rook. And now I'm going to come across and hit the pawns. Then hopefully I've got knight across or my rook over. Can't take here. There's a pawn here, but I'll lose my rook. So I'm triple stacking, but I'm actually trying to grab this pawn. He should see that, of course. And I guess I've got knight out wide. Knight here, maybe I can jump. We threaten a check. So he has seen that. So can't I just take a pawn now? I'm down on the clock though. He'll have to block with the rook. So I can trade and check, right? Oh, have I got pawn up actually? Threatening to push and push. So up. No, I think he can take. Let's just take and take. So up. If he takes, down wins, right? Let's go here. He can't take the knight because I just queen. But now I'm definitely going to lose the pawn. But I'm up a pawn. Actually, I'm up 2 pawns, so I can afford to lose 1. If he takes now, we get rid of the bishop. That should be good. Don't mean it is, but it should be. Now I have to try and create a pass pawn. Yeah, he's just moved too quick at the wrong moment. Yeah, he just moved too quick simply at the wrong moment, didn't he? Let's see what it was in engine language if we played the endgame correctly there. Right, I've flipped the cameras over so we can now get the PGN. So we go here, share, and get the PGN. Copy that, the microphone's just slightly in the way. Then we'll jump onto Lead Chess. We go to Tools and Import. Paste it in there, Request Analysis. Now for this game we are white, but if you're doing this and you're black, you can click this little menu button and just flip the board. Just flip it back there. Well, so it is winning at the end, but we've been much better. Blundered it back to level, but on the whole, not a bad game. 87 versus 80. So where did it go wrong? You can see a load of blunders here. So I'll just flick through the opening, just debating what opening I wanted to play here. So this is what a modern defense. What does that say? Mongolian defense. I'm not familiar with that. But yeah, it's not the type of position I normally play for, just a little bit of variety. So you can see black should be trying to push the pawn early there. And eventually somebody tries to push on. Oh, I should have actually pushed c5 early and not wasted a move with a4. Okay. And same there, I should have done it there as well. So I should have played c5 just a little bit sooner. And then we're just trying to maneuver, see if we can create anything. We end up much better and blunder it back to level. So where did we go wrong here? I should have just taken the pawn immediately rather than going after getting rid of that defending bishop. Yeah, that was the other move I looked at, but rook across. I guess I've then got knight up to attack the queen and bishop, and I can trade the rook and then take the bishop. Yeah, maybe I missed something there. And now it's 2.9. And here I should have played the queen across to guard and creating the threat with this pawn. And that loses me, what, over 2.5 points for that. He should have taken the rook, and then I was going to take here, and you'll see you can take back, but that's what he should have done. But we still blunder it from here, so queen to c2 was now a blunder. And I should have left the queen here and moved the other rook across to guard it. And that's lost me 2.5 as well. And now taking the pawn. Yeah, I should have jumped the knight out wide. I looked at that move as well, but I didn't think it was going to actually work. I didn't think I was going to make it work with the pawn push, but I did look at that, but that's what I should have done. So now we're just basically about level in the next few moves. Then king goes wrong here with f6. So pawn push was good. This was good, and it's 5.3, and it stays better the whole rest of the game. So we played this bit alright. Even here, though, I should have pushed the pawn forward a square rather than dropping the knight back. I was going for the check, obviously, get the bishop off. Let's see what that was. Yeah, so you shouldn't have taken that. You should have played bishop up and taken back with the bishop. So from this position, we've counted it correctly. Plus 5.8. So pawn up was good. G4 was good. So take here, we're creating this passed pawn, and you can't stop two wide pawns with the king when they're that far apart. But he just moved too quickly, didn't he, allowing us to take and draw a box around the pawn. If the king can't step in on the next move, you can't catch it. Nice little basic technique. And then that was it, game over. So our level, pretty nice game for Blitz, excellent.